to isolate DNA from spinach leaves. Now we will have to take some spinach leaves and we will add a pinch of sand, we will add a pinch of salt and we will add some amount of water and we will have to grind it in pestle and mortar in which I am grinding. We are doing this step to make a uniform paste, a thick paste, homogeneous. And why we have added sand? Because it is acting as an abrasive, it is helping to grind the material. And salt basically we have added, it will strip off the proteins from the DNA and keep the proteins in the dissolved form in the aqueous solution, so that proteins, they do not get precipitated along with the DNA. It also neutralizes the charge which is there on the DNA. Again, it will make the DNA less hydrophilic, less soluble in water, so that it can be easily precipitated out. And this paste we are making actually to disrupt the cell wall, so that all the cells are separated, right? Once we have made this thick paste, we will have to transfer into a beaker. We have already transferred into a beaker, and then we have to add 1 ml of detergent solution, which is here. I'll take it from here. Detergent solution I'll have to add, right? And then after mixing the content, I can mix it. Mixing the content, I will have to heat it. We have to boil the mixture. It has to boil. You have to wait for actually 2 minutes. We have already boiled it. So I am just taking it off the flame. Why we are boiling the mixture? Why we are heating it? Again, to denature the enzyme. To stop all the enzymatic activities, we are boiling it. Now I'll take it off the flame. And after this, let it come to the room temperature. We already have done these steps, so I am not waiting in between. It will come to the room temperature. Once it comes to the room temperature, you will have to keep it on the ice again to prevent the DNA from the degradation, so that the DNA which is there in the cell, it is not completely denatured while heating. It becomes inactive and we have kept it in ice bath. Again we will wait it for some time. After that, I have taken my beaker out of the ice bath and I have to add now lens solution, 1 ml of lens solution, to precipitate the proteins basically. Now at each step we are adding different solutions or reagents. Like detergent, we added basically to get rid of membrane lipids. It also gets rid of carbohydrates. So we have to remove protein, carbohydrate, RNA, all these things before we get actual DNA. Then we have added the lens solution also. Then we have to filter it. We have a test tube. We have a funnel. With the help of a cheesecloth or a muslin cloth, I'll filter slowly. So we have our extract ready. And the last step, so this is the extract, and in the last step I am going to add chilled ethanol. As we all know, it will help in precipitation of DNA. Actually DNA we know is soluble in water. There is a hydration shell around the DNA. Now this chilled ethanol is going to break that hydration shell. I am going to add chilled ethanol slowly from the side. Chilled ethanol will not dissolve. There will be an interface. At this interface of the filtrate and the chilled ethanol, we will see that there is precipitation of DNA in the form of fine thin threads. It will precipitate out, which is also called as spooling. We have to wait for 2 minutes and then we can observe the DNA strands. If we want to see them, when we wait for 2 minutes, and we can easily separate them out. See the strands which are coming. These strands which will come, these are actually the DNA strands. So this is one of the major experiments which can be tested in the practical examinations, right? Thank you. All the best.